It was about 25 years ago. My wife and I attended a Sheila Walsh concert at Beaches Chapel, and during intermission, they were started passing out information about Compassion International and an opportunity to support children in Africa and other areas around the world. So we signed up, and we were excited when we were first found our first letter from a little girl, Fatima. You make decisions. You say, well, is this really where I need to be investing? And is this really where I need to be sending money every month? And what I'm about to tell you next, I'm so embarrassed about, in that I am ashamed, really, that I made a decision to not honor my commitment to that little girl. It was many, many years later. I showed up at church like usual, and Joby announced that it was our low attendance Sunday of the calendar year because we were going to be doing Compassion International this Sunday. Everybody was given a card with a child's name on it, and I was listening to Joby, and he talked about, well, if you're not going to do this, why don't you just pick this program up and just throw it away on your way out of the auditorium tonight. I can remember that night being so offended. How did Pastor Joby have the right to tell me that I needed to sponsor a child for the next 10 years? There was such a hard push on Compassion International and to commit to supporting these children. I left the auditorium that night without a card, and I went home and told my wife about the experience, and I actually even shared with somebody the next morning at the gym about how offended I was about this whole situation. Anytime you hear anything that you don't really want to hear, the prideful side of you sometimes bows up. There's no question I was racked with guilt. I can remember going on a run after that evening and thinking to myself, wow, did that girl think that I threw her away? As the Holy Spirit was really working with me and working on me about where I should be plugging in for my mission trip that we've committed to do the first 3 years that we were at Beach, I went to the information meeting on Uganda, realizing that it was a Compassion International sponsored program. I forged ahead, and I did my preparation work to get to Uganda. And as it came right down to weeks before, my wife and I had an opportunity to have dinner with Peter. He shared with us that night about his experiences as a boy, his experiences growing up on the streets, his experiences with his sponsorship, how his life was radically changed through Compassion International, how he later became not a sponsored child, but a sponsorer of children. I was racked again with guilt because here I was face to face with a live person that obviously validated this program. We found out there was 4 packets for the children in Uganda. Once again, that chord was struck with me. I just knew that this was an area that had to be discussed one more time. I went home that evening. I told Melissa about the packets, and she said immediately, we've got to do this. On the last day that we were in Uganda, we had an opportunity to visit Rose, our sponsored child. It was so much fun for our family to get things together, gifts for her to fill her backpack. I was able to share with my daughter and my son that I wanted them to be involved with this and to write letters and for me to bring to her. I just, at the very end, when we put Rose on the bus and got that last wave goodbye, I just knew that she was just a special, special child that is a gift from God, that we have an opportunity to see her life change and letting her know how special she is and how much we care about her. After being on the ground in Uganda, being with the kids, I was able to see how legitimate this program is. I was able to see lives changed. I was able to see incredible success stories through Compassion International. I'm so glad I belong to a church that doesn't ask, have you sponsored a kid, but where is your sponsored child from?